The forest grew darker, the path less clear. Oradein hurried through the dimming light, clutching her staff close. Fear pricked at her. Why had she not heeded her grandfather's warning? Now twilight deepened and the familiar trail disappeared. Panic tightened its grip. Then she saw it, a clearing ahead. Relief flooded her, a haven from the encroaching darkness. But as she entered, dread returned. For standing in the center was a weathered stone monolith, taller than any oak, shrouded in creeping vines. Its surface rippled with an unsettling energy. Her grandfather had spoken of this place in hushed tones, a nexus of raw elemental power, a gateway to the ethereal realm, a trial for those who dared enter. What possessed her to seek it out? Now fear threatened to consume her. Doubt whispered, "How can I turn back now?" But a new resolve hardened her eyes. She would face this challenge, quell her fears or perish trying. Oradein pressed on, her footsteps echoing strangely on the moss-covered stones. Reaching the base of the obelisk, she braced herself for whatever awaited. Suddenly, the forest floor beneath her feet began to tremble. The vines on the monument writhed as if alive. A low rumble echoed around her. "Who dares disturb my slumber?" boomed a voice from within the monolith. Startled, Oradein instinctively raised her staff, summoning a shield of pure white light. It flared outwards, momentarily banishing the encroaching shadows. But the vibration of the earth intensified, threatening to shatter her defenses. Then from the depths of the monolith, a colossal figure began to emerge, a giant composed of interwoven vines and gnarled roots. His eyes glowed with an eerie green light, and a crown of twisted branches encircled his head. Moss and lichen clung to his massive form. "You seek the wisdom of the ancients," he rumbled, his voice shaking the very foundations of the forest. Oradein stood firm, determination hardening her features. "I have come to learn," she declared, her voice ringing with newfound strength. The Treant regarded her for a long moment, his gaze piercing. Finally, he spoke again, his tone softening slightly. "Very well, child of the sun and moon. I shall test your spirit. Answer my riddles and you shall pass. Fail, and the forest will claim you as its own." The Treant raised a gnarled hand, and images flashed across Oradein's mind, a whirlwind of questions that challenged her understanding of the world. "I have no voice, yet I speak to the wind. I have no wings, yet I dance with the clouds. I have no eyes, yet I witness all. What am I?" The image faded, leaving Oradein in contemplation. Silence hung heavy in the clearing as she pondered the riddle. She thought of the whispering leaves, the drifting mists, the rustling grasses. Could it be? She raised her head, meeting the Treant's steady gaze. "Is it the wind you are speaking of?" she asked, her voice echoing in the stillness. The Treant remained impassive, his expression unreadable. "Go on," he commanded, and another vision unfolded before her. She saw a cycle of birth, growth and decay. First, a tiny seed nestled in the fertile earth, nurtured by the warmth of the sun. Then a sapling reaching towards the light, growing stronger with each passing season. Finally, a mighty oak spreading its branches wide, offering shade and shelter before withering into autumn's embrace, returning to the soil from which it came. The Treant's voice resonated with solemn finality. "What am I?" Oradein looked upon the changing seasons reflected in the Treant's eyes. She understood. "Are you time?" she whispered, awestruck. The tree did not reply immediately. Instead, he reached deep into the earth, drawing forth a luminous crystal. Within it, Oradein saw swirling galaxies, a tapestry of stars and nebulae. The tree continued, his voice echoing the vastness of space. I have no form, yet I hold infinite worlds. I have no voice, yet I sing the song of creation. I have no life, yet I am the source of all becoming. What am I? The tree waited, his gaze unwavering. Oradein stared at the crystal, its multifaceted surfaces reflecting countless visions. Was it the boundless expanse of the cosmos that the tree showed her? Are you the universe? She ventured, humbled by the immensity of the question. A low rumble emanated from the tree, and he released the crystal, which dissolved into 1,000 sparkling motes of light that danced and swirled around her. 3 trials remain, he said, his voice resonating with power. And with each, the veil between the worlds grows thinner. Are you sure you wish to proceed, little one? His words carried a hint of concern. Oradein, though shaken by the tree's riddles, was resolute. She raised her chin, meeting his gaze directly. I have come this far, she affirmed, her voice steady. Let us continue. The tree inclined his head in acknowledgement, and the earth trembled as he raised his hand once more. New images flooded Oradein's mind, this time more personal, more challenging. She saw her deepest fears manifested as shadowy figures, doubt whispering in her ear, guilt twisting her heart, regret clouding her vision. The tree's voice reverberated with quiet intensity. Face your inner demons, he commanded. Conquer your doubts and claim your victory. Only then shall you find peace. With these words, the visions receded, leaving Oradein in the unsettling quiet of the clearing. She closed her eyes, taking a deep breath to steady herself. Before her lay her final challenge, a battle not of swords and sorcery, but of the soul. Slowly, Oradein raised her head, her eyes shining with renewed determination. Show me the way, she declared, her voice echoing her inner strength. As if in response, the ground beneath her feet rumbled, and the tree took a step forward, transforming into a majestic stag. His antlers were entwined with vines, and his fur shimmered with an ethereal glow. Without hesitation, he leaped forward, vanishing into a swirling vortex of emerald light. Oradein followed, her staff held high, ready to confront whatever lay ahead. Emerging on the other side, Oradein found herself in a realm unlike any she had ever seen. Jagged obsidian towers pierced the crimson sky, and rivers of molten lava snaked through the desolate landscape. The air crackled with energy, and strange symbols pulsed with otherworldly power. Before her stood a magnificent lion, its fur blazing with infernal hues. Its eyes burned with molten gold, and its roar shook the very foundations of this fiery realm. This was Fireheart, the elemental embodiment of passion and power. Welcome, Oradein, boomed Fireheart, his voice resonating with primal energy. Your journey has been marked by courage and resolve, but to gain access to the heart of the forest, you must face your greatest desires. Can you withstand the allure of ultimate power and resist the temptation of forbidden knowledge? His words hung heavy in the air, challenging her with difficult questions. For a moment, Oradein was torn. On one side lay the path of knowledge, promising power beyond measure. Yet she sensed danger there too, a corruption that threatened to consume her whole. Then she turned to the paths of temptation, the lure of easy power, of shortcuts to her goals, whispering sweet nothings to her ambition. But she recoiled from it, sensing a numbing emptiness behind the facade. Her decision made, Oradein stepped forward, her gaze unwavering. "I choose the path of growth," she declared, her voice ringing with conviction. Fireheart regarded her for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Then he nodded slowly. "So be it," he rumbled. "Your path is chosen. But know this, the road ahead will test your resilience. Can you endure the scorching heat of relentless challenges and the icy grip of endless solitude?" With these words, the ground beneath Oradein's feet trembled, and Fireheart vanished, leaving her alone in the heart of the fiery realm. As the full weight of her decision settled upon her, Oradein drew a steadying breath, bracing herself for the trials that lay ahead. The end. Like and subscribe for more.